Hey everyone, it's Mike for Faraday Research. It's Sunday afternoon, and as you can see, I am working on the carbon graphite magnesium power cells. So I've been doing a lot of experiments today. Before we get into that, if you haven't subscribed, bottom right hand corner, also at the end of the video, give me a thumbs up. And you can see this little cell I just made, and it's only about 1.5 inches long. And as you can see, it's putting out 1.64 volts. So, and it's only got one strip of magnesium. So basically what I'm finding out with this, the size of the cell really does not matter at all. You could have a 1 centimeter size and a 1 centimeter block of carbon and whatever. It turns out it does not matter on the size of what you're making the cell. So a little while ago I bought these flat plates of carbon. These I believe are about 4 millimeter thick, and what I did was I cut a sliver off about, well, you can see it's about 1.5 inches by 3/4 inch, and basically built the cell like it did all the other ones with carbon. Then I put the paper towel and then one strip of magnesium, and we have 1.64 volts. So it does not matter on the scale of what you're doing. So these cells here are over a year old and they still work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip all these guys down. I've got a total of 10, plus I got 2 new rods in there. I got another 5 coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these rods, take them all apart, and I'm going to actually cut them in half. So I got 10 there. That means I'll have 20, right? So if I do all these up, redo them all, I'll have 34 volts of power. And these things will last well over a year. Now, I've also found out too that you can fix the magnesium from the oxidation problem. As you can see, the oxidize, well, a very simple solution to it is sandpaper. All you have to do is sand them and you will remove all the oxides. See all that residue that's on here? That's the magnesium oxide. So what I did was, let's see if I can find the one that I did. I think it's this one here. I actually sanded it down and it removed all the magnesium oxide. And they're just as good as new. So yeah, these things will last. From what I could see, if you sand them, say once every couple of months, just sand them down, get the magnesium oxide off, these things will last years. Really, really, truly amazing. Like, look at this thing. It's tiny. It's like, compared to my finger, it's about half my finger. And it's still putting out a steady 1.64 volts. So, I'm really going gung-ho on this today. My plan is to strip all these down. I'm going to redo them all. I'm going to cut all the rods in half, so I'll have a total of 20. And then I'm going to wrap them all, and I'm going to start building the array. So we're going to have some major power going here. Now, as far as I know, the mathematics works out 1 volt equals 1 amp at 1 ohm resistance. So if I got 1 ohm resistance, I got 1 amp of current. So even say I got 34, say after the load of 1 ohm, it goes down to 15 volts. If the math is correct, I should have 15 amps. So I'll be able to charge capacitors like super, super fast. And also I can hook this up to a voltage controller and I can use this to charge the batteries on the Renegade. So anyways, that is my plan. I'm going to be designing, I guess in Fusion, how I'm going to set them up. It's going to probably be round, and then I'll have the 20 cells sticking in into a platform. And then I got to work out a better way of hooking up the cells. Now, one thing I did learn too, you start losing power, what happens, the copper wire actually oxidizes too. Shut this off, turn it back on, reset it. So these actually oxidize really badly, and that will contribute to a loss of power. So you have to keep these contacts clean. So I found out a really easy way of doing it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be soldering wire onto this. And after I solder the wire connection, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put nail polish on it. And that will protect the cathode from oxidation. Also on the magnesium, I could also put, after I connect the wire onto it, I could put nail polish on it, and that will stop the oxidation problem of the magnesium. So these will last longer. They'll put out maximum power. So these will be, so they're going to be about 1.5 inch diameter, or sorry, 1.5 inch length after I cut these in half. So, which is still a decent size, and they're not too big, and plus I'll get twice the amount of power now. So that's really cool. And the other reason why I'm staying with these guys is they're actually easy to wrap. And they're, and the other thing too is the magnesium has to be tight on that dielectric in order to get maximum ion, the ion transfer between the, the anode and cathode. So wrapping it seems to be very effective as far as construction. So I'm going to stick with that format for now, unless I come up with something even better. I'm actually toying around with an idea of actually 3D printing. I have carbon graphite filament for a 3D printer, so I could actually 3D print batteries. So that's really cool. So I'll even be working on that design. I think that could be the future, to 3D printing a battery. Very cool stuff. And I got a roll of it. It's about $100 a roll of the carbon filament, and I did a test with it, and it produces voltage. So it's great. It's going to work. So I'll be working on that design as well. 3D printed batteries. That's mind-blowing, all in its own. So yeah, that's my plans. As you can see, the battery's still putting out power, but as it, as the water on the cell evaporates, it has to get a shot of water again, and she'll maintain its voltage. So these guys are well over 1.5 years old, and they still produce power. Like, they still produce as much power as this one I just made 5 minutes ago. So definitely a really good thing going here. I'm going to pursue this because I want to use those batteries to basically run my Renegade and keep it charged. So, basically the Renegade's going to run forever. So yeah, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, comments and all your other stuff below. Also my Patreon, PayPal donates below. Help me fund these projects. I do need money to keep these things going. And yeah, I think I'm on a really cool track here. My vision of making this energy system work, and definitely I'm on the right track. So yeah, we'll see everybody soon.